Chapter 14, Citizenship and Equal Justice. Our chapter objectives. Section 1, A Nation of Immigrants. Describe immigration policy and explain how it has changed. Section 2, The Basis of Citizenship. Explain the requirement for United States citizenship. The Rights of the Accused. Section 3. Summarize the rights of Americans accused of crimes. Equal protection of the law. Section 4. Explain the concept of equal protection and the test by which the Supreme Court determines discrimination. Section 5. Challenges for civil liberties. Contrast trends and laws intended to ensure equal opportunity, privacy, and citizens' right to know. Section 1. A Nation of Immigrants. Immigrants and Aliens. Immigrants come to a new country intending to live there permanently. Aliens live in a country where they are not citizens. So to understand this different, an immigrant has an intent when they move to make a permanent move. An alien has no intent of being there permanently. They simply live in a country where they're not citizens. Now, they could be there permanently, but in most cases, they're just living there where they're not citizens. The federal government classifies aliens into 5 categories: resident aliens, non-resident aliens. Now, of course, a resident alien has really established residency. Non-resident aliens basically don't live here. Enemy aliens, which are the enemy aliens are aliens that come from any country with which we are at war or have very tense relations. Refugees, which those are people that have come here to flee some type of usually political turmoil. Such an example, we've recently announced that we'll be bringing in or accepting at least 10,000 refugees from Syria, where there's a civil war going on. And the last category is illegal aliens, and those are aliens that did not go through a legal channel to come here. They're here illegally. Protections of the Bill of Rights, such as the freedom of speech and assembly, apply to aliens as well as citizens. Aliens cannot vote. Most are exempt from military duty and serving on juries. In 1882, Congress began to fully use its power to regulate immigration, and it imposed many restrictions during the next 4 decades. The Immigration Act of 1924 sharply lowered the number of immigrants who could arrive each year and favored those who came from Northern and Western Europe. The Immigration Reform Act of 1965 changed immigration policy by fixing a ceiling on countries in the Eastern Hemisphere and a different ceiling on those in the Western Hemisphere, as well as creating a complicated system for preferential treatment of selected immigrants. Immigration policy. The Immigration Reform and Control Act of 1986 was passed to stem the tide of illegal immigrants and to allow illegal immigrants to become permanent residents and citizens. The Immigration Act of 1990 was passed to revise the 1965 immigration law, putting limits on the flood of immigrants from Asia and Latin America, and to open immigration to Europeans who had been adversely affected by the 1965 law. The 1990 immigration law reduced the total annual immigration slightly, encouraged immigrants with special skills, and set up special categories for special immigrants, like close relatives of United States citizens. Section 2, The Basis of Citizenship. National citizenship. Citizens of the United States have rights, responsibilities, and duties. The founders assumed that the states would decide who was a citizen. Citizenship came to have both a national and a state dimension. The Dred Scott 1857 ruling that African Americans were not U.S. citizens led to the adoption of the 14th Amendment, which defined citizenship at both the state and national levels. Citizenship by birth. Citizens by the law of the soil are born in the United States or its territories. Children born to a parent who is a U.S. citizen are also citizens by the law of the blood, including children born in another country of American parents. So this is how people can be citizens by birth. They're either born to American parents or they're born in the United States or its territories. And possibly, many Americans are born citizens, meet both of those requirements. Citizenship by naturalization. Naturalized citizens have most of the rights and privileges of native-born citizens. Congress has established qualifications for naturalization. Applicants must be of good moral character and have entered the United States legally. Applicants must read, write, and speak English. Applicants must show basic knowledge of American history and government and support the principles of American government. Steps to citizenship. An applicant must file a petition requesting citizenship, be at least 18 years old, have been a lawfully admitted resident alien for 30 months out of the previous 5 years, and have resided in the state for at least 3 months. At a final hearing, a federal judge administers the oath of allegiance to the new citizens. Losing citizenship. Only the federal government can take away citizenship. A person may lose citizenship voluntarily or involuntarily. The responsibilities of citizens. Responsible citizens need to know about the laws that govern society. Responsible citizens participate in political life.